In the realm of Dungeons and Dragons, we face countless challenges, battle formidable foes, and embark on epic quests. Diabetes Awareness Month may be over, but we will continue on our quest to make a real-world difference. Diabetes is a formidable foe in the real world, affecting millions of lives every single day. But there's hope. Today's stream is in part of JDRF's Game to Give, an opportunity for the TTRPG community to come together and raise awareness and money for diabetes research. By rolling dice and embracing the spirit of camaraderie, we can make a powerful impact on the lives of those who need it most. Join us in this epic adventure to defeat diabetes. Every donation, no matter how small, brings us closer to a cure. Your support will change lives. It will bring hope, healing, and a brighter future for all affected by diabetes. Together we can be heroes in both the realm of fantasy and the real world. Visit the link below now or scan the code on the screen to donate and help us fight diabetes. Join the adventure. Let's roll for a cure, make a difference, and be a hero today.
We step back into the story as the Wildflight wanderers made the decision to seek out Kenan's family for help. After receiving a magical blade from his mother, they used a teleportation circle, finding themselves outside the city of Neverwinter, where the Ildar Tower had been moved to. The group quickly found themselves stuck in the middle of a familial feud. Seeking sanctuary within the walls of the Ildar Tower, their hopes for respite quickly halted as they faced the unexpected agenda of the family. Presented with the startling ultimatum by Theoden Ildar, the head of the household, Kenan found himself at a crossroad. Marry against his will into the powerful Nightshade family or risk the lives of his newfound allies. With the weight of their survival pressing down upon him, Kenan made a desperate decision, sealing his fate to marry with a blood pact. Meanwhile, as tensions simmered, Parison and Lysander embarked on a mission to free their incarcerated ally, Magma. Their rescue, while quicker than was supposed to be, brought Magma to a furious rage, teleporting the three of them into the tense reunion in the hallowed halls of the throne room. There, the party faced down their former ally, Eldic, under complete control of the Nightshade family, and the reality of an arranged marriage being the key to preserving peace in the realm. Yet, just as the situation seemed to settle, a startling revelation threw the party into disarray, forcing Kenan to grapple with an unforeseen moral quandary. With uncertainty overlooking their heads like a storm cloud, the party retreated to the sanctuary of the Ildar Tower, their minds fraught with the weight of impending decisions and the looming shadows of the night. With that, the evening is set in and we go to Parison and Opal. As the two of you have joined each other for comfort, what would you two be discussing or doing?
Harrison, I don't know if this fight is worth it anymore. I don't, we've lost so much. I don't know if it's worth it. I've lost 2 homes. My god's dead. I've watched countless people be murdered and killed. Eldic's puppet, Ascara's still missing. I can't even seem to be able to help people. I don't know if there's something wrong with my magic. I can't seem to bring anyone to our cause. I don't know how much more of this I can take. What if I lose you too? I don't want to be alone anymore. I don't want to be alone again, please. I don't know.
At that point, Parison would probably just wrap her in like a warm embrace and with a heavy heart and sigh, he will say that everything's going to be okay. Remember, Open High, Ascara, so many more have their faith in us. We gotta go strong. Even in the darkest times, one can find light. He'll just hold her tight.
Opal's just gonna cry into his shoulders until tears can no longer form, and eventually she'll find comfort in the hug and fall asleep.
As the tears run down your cheek, pouring down onto the bedside where you guys are, you feel the coolness of some vines come up and just lightly wrap themselves around you as you two are connected there. And you guys go to sleep from there?
Yeah, Paris will just continue to hold her in his arms and just give her a warm embrace still as they fall asleep.
Two of you, once you finish your long rest.
By morning, Opal's going to wake up and find that she did fall asleep on Parison and be a little jostled awake. And she's going to reach up and touch his still sleeping face, waking him and saying, "Thank you. Thank you for being with me. I don't think it would have been good for me to be alone."
Of course, I wouldn't leave you alone in a time like this. Paris will just move his hand towards her hand, just try to connect and make sure everything's okay and reassured.
So that'll be in the morning. We go back to the night where we are quick to join Keenan, Theoden, and Verona. As you go into the bedroom, you're seeking the end of the night. You are grabbed and teleported into the library. Boy, you better not be trying anything. You nearly had my head on a spike. You watch as Verona is just like seeping now back into the shadows as she is just a witness there to be alongside you through this and with Theoden. I'll be damned if I teach you a spell that will put me in any kind of danger.
Grandfather, you misunderstand.
Know your place, boy.
Where exactly could this family be without me right now? This family is struggling at the moment. You lost how many people back in Waters Deep? You don't have a solid home to place foot in? You're relying on me to go through with this marriage.
You can't fool me, boy. I know you care for your mother, and I know you care for this family. But everything is bound in blood. You listen here. When the feast comes, know your pact and know your place. I've arranged for a meeting with you and Lady Reyna tomorrow. Give you a chance to get to know your bride. You will not learn the spell. Not until I am dead and in the ground. Once the wedding is done and you bear a child, we will slaughter the Nightshade family. The air is all we need. A birthright. One that is clean in our family, and one who has blood right to the throne. Vampires. We have to be more cunning than ever. Cannot trust them. That's why the young bride was chosen. Less susceptible to pulling one over our heads.
What a despicably twisted mind you have, grandfather.
I only seek to help our family.
I also seek to do what is best for the family. Don't think I've ever thought different.
You have always thought that. And you've tried, but you've been the embarrassing stain.
And now I'm the stain that you need. You don't have the power over me that you've had. Until everything is said and done, you need me.
It seems in this moment, I need you and your friends. They seem to know the beast that wiped out the army. Try and see if you can learn its weaknesses. That is the most important aspect. We can't lose everyone else.
Of course, whenever I took on the mission to find the prism in the first place, it was to stop, apparently, that monster. I will do everything I can to ensure it falls.
Of course, now we don't have that prism. Damned fools thought they could keep it away. It seems the quiet one in the back. I don't know his name, but it seems he is the one who controls and awakens the beast. Maybe worth slaughtering. If you find a moment, kill him, and I will no longer call you a stain. But remember, you are bound by blood to marry. I think it best you join your friends now, so you are rested and well for tomorrow. Be mindful when we are called back. The feast is going to be with no armor and no weapons on both sides. So ensure that your friends know the rules. It is the only way that we will be protected from that beast being able to enter. They won't turn on us there, though. It'll be more on it. Go. Sleep.
I'm gonna say to him, rotten hell, you old codger. And then immediately see his initial reaction, cast Gift of Gab, and take that back. Just wanted to get it out.
Right? Yeah. What do you change it to say?
Yeah, and say, Very well, grandfather. Everything will be done as you say.
Is that all? And so now you return to bed.
Mother, will you be coming home tonight?
I will be down. Yes.
Okay. When you get there, I'd like to speak with you.
I'll be speaking with your grandfather for a moment, so I will be down shortly. I love you, son.
I shall wait up. Wait, what?
I love you, son.
Bye, Mom. Love you too, Mother.
Right. You go down the stairs to find your bed, if you haven't already completed your long rest. As morning comes, you all wake as you gather your things. Is what you had described happens. You all gather your things and go into the common area. You find Verona waiting there for you. Actually, I guess we needed to go to. I forgot that you wanted to speak too much, so we're gonna go.
It got dark again. Down, up, down. Come in.
And as the door creaks open, you see Verona shyfully. You see about half of her face enters. Yes, Keenan.
I'm actually looking. I have my back turned towards the door. Did you know?
I did not. I would never do that to you. Sorry, he's moving my iPad or my tablet. She's distracting me.
Sorry.
Your grandfather can sometimes be blinded by what he believes is best for the family. And we often want to be in the room where all these things take place. Sometimes you don't want to know how the sausage gets made. It's a Hamilton reference.
Oh, never watched Hamilton.
There are many things behind the scenes that you don't always wish to see or know. I recuse myself often, as it is not my place to make decisions for the family. I hope one day that it is yours or your child's.
Mother, I have nothing but the most love and respect for you. And I'll turn around to her with almost a look of scorn at first that kind of fades into pity.
You see on her face, you only see half, but you see just a slight tear running down and just emptiness beyond her eyes.
But your blind devotion to your father and this family will be your undoing. The only way this family can heal is if I heal it.
One day you may have that chance. But for now, we must follow our patriarch. He has guided this family for a long time. He has made this family prosperous. He's made them powerful, little pompous, But
look what he did to you and Father. This family's been prosperous by stepping over and walking over top of the bodies of how many, separating how many. How many people will this hurt, will this family hurt to keep its power?
your father was a wonderful man. There's not much more to say other than that. He gave me the best gift I've ever had. That was you, Enoch. There's much to say beyond that, but as it stands right now, honor must be upheld. Nothing will bring your father back.
Why, Mother? Why did you tell me about him? It would be so much easier for me to do what I needed to do if I was not availed of his grand stories. If I wasn't given him as somebody to aspire to be like.
You have his eyes, his passion. One day, I woke up and he was gone. I received that blade that I sent you, wrapped in a cloak, blood stains. I hope one day the gods will allow you to meet your father in this life or the next. Keep that passion in your eyes, but keep honor on your hearts.
And I'll tilt my head and turn back away. Of course, Mother. Good night. I shall see you in the morning.
Good night, my son. I do love you. Know that always.
I love you as well. And I'll mage hand the door shut.
She will creep out. Now, as morning comes, and all that had happened, you wake to find Verona in the common room waiting for you all. You are guests of the Elthar Tower. We have rules in this place. While here, we ask that you store your weapons and armor. You'll see Magma, tidy whitey's on, steps out of his room. That one's armor can't be removed.
Yeah, that's kind of, fused to my body.
Well, it is still asked that you keep your weapons, right?
You don't have any way of, getting this off, do you?
I can remove curses. Is it a cursed item?
No. When my god was alive, he gave me the armor. I don't know why it fused. but it fused. I haven't been able to remove it since. I would love to have it off.
How about the rest of you?
Well, Lysander's not wearing any armor and has no weapons. Except claws.
She didn't see that.
No.
Oh, do you not have your rapier on you?
No. He left it at the before fight.
You would know that you should keep your blade in your bedroom, and it would be stored there in a locked magical chest.
Mm-hmm.
And you, wizard?
I have my own means of storing things, and I'll break up the portable hole.
Interesting. The armor?
I'll tug at it. It has been off in how long now?
Is that one a curse?
It was. Yes.
She's going to cast Remove Curse. You are now, after months of wearing, you are now able to remove your armor.
God, it smells of
Remember,
death
this is
and
like,
cheese.
it's a flesh armor, by the way. Like, it molded into his flesh. So, it's stinky alone. Then, yeah, you just see, like, this weird, like, sweat liquid, like, around Parison's, like, chest as he removes it.
Interesting.
Gross. You are all welcome to our showers.
I'll turn to Pearson. You first, please.
Please take this day to relax and prepare for the feast tomorrow. We shall have a table set aside for you. I understand your large friend will not be in attendance. We ask that all weapons and brawls be kept away from festivities.
Yeah.
I hope you all understand. Keenan, you will be expected to be with Lady Raina tonight.
Yes, I was doing much contemplating on that, and I think that we'll be fine.
She will be here this
Her
evening.
and I can have a discussion.
She will be here this evening, and will join you in your chambers. Please, feel free to enjoy the city. Explore Neverwinter and take a rest. You all deserve it. And with that, she will depart to another section of the tower. You'll see her descend the staircase in the middle. With that, what all would you like to do?
Has everybody showered?
Yeah, so we'll get through showers, baths, and
Role play a scrub. Acrobatics
tapping
checks for
Keenan on
everyone
the
to not
shoulder.
slip in the shower.
How does the shower work?
with that, do you all go to the city then?
It's like, all right, if you need help, Keenan mage hands into the shower. Why? This handle normally adjusts the shower. I don't know why.
Oh, you just hear Harrison.
And it's invisible too, so he can't.
Is this a shower? What is going on?
It's a deep clean and a half.
What's funny is Keenan feels what the mage hand feels.
All right.
Not canon.
It drops this menu.
Okay. Opal's going to look at both Magma and Parasite and say, I actually would like to go to the temple. And I do plan on doing some shopping later, but I want to try something. If you two would accompany me?
Yes, I
Of course.
think we pay our respects to the local temple. It is not certain that they are fully aware of what has gone on other than the silence that has come from Obed High.
I want to try to communicate with any of the gods, if any of them would listen.
Let's make our way.
Yes.
And you all will start to head for the temple. Lysander and Kenan, what would you guys like to be doing during this time? If you want to think about it, I can.
Yeah,
go
I'm
with that.
honestly not 100% sure.
I mean, I have a thought that maybe
Yeah.
Kenan can just come along with. I was thinking maybe Lysander would like to more or less try to find more information on his necklace, because obviously his adopted mother gave it to him, but that's about all he knows about it. And now, shot of counterspell and keeping his werewolfism at bay, I want to try to understand it better, like maybe figure out its material, or if there's some sort of powerful wizard, sorcerer, warlock that could figure out what kind of magic is going on.
You can definitely speak with Kenan and see. And if you want to assist Lysander, then you could do that.
Yeah, the two of us can go try to figure that out. I can see if I can get any information of the hulking beast from you, since he's your guys' friend.
Even though Lysander has no
I don't know that.
Right.
Stone of Truth.
Nope.
As so we'll go to the three of them while you guys and maybe text back and forth and see what conversations might have, or if you want to ask any questions for me. As the three of you step into the heart of the temple, a serene, like, stillness envelops you. It is silent as you enter. You normally would hear lively animals like doves and other creatures just filling the temple. The temple was always meant to be not a building, but a grove of nature. And you see now inside what would normally be towering ancient trees that built the canopy are now dying. And you're going deeper in, and you enter now into the main sanctuary, and you hear, my brothers and sisters, we stand on the precipice of the end times, as foretold in the ancient texts and whispered in the prophecies of old. The signs are clear. The skies darkened with portentous clouds, the earth trembling with fury of unseen forces, and the very fabric of reality beginning to unravel before our eyes. But fear not, for even in these darkest moments, we are not abandoned. Though the tempest may rage and shadows may lengthen, we are not without hope. For even now, it is prophesied that heroes are rising to fight the encroaching darkness, and the light of courage and valor shines bright in their hearts. And so, my friends, let us be together now and pray for these heroes. And though Obed High may not answer, we praise and bring light and worship to him. Come, you are followers, no?
Yes. I followed Open High.
But you are not straying. You can always come back. It is hard sometimes to choose a god. But he is there, silent as he may be. Prophecy calls it. Opal, I think it's best I handle this.
Please.
Blessings
handle it.
be. Opal and myself are both devout followers. I hope you understand that. But Obed High has fallen. He has entrusted us. And you're watching as like that moment sets in. You see. Yeah, like to complete denial. It is the dark times indeed, but there is no light at the end of the tunnel. You cannot be, but the prophecy is wrong. The only heroes that stand are these folk here. But it is not as they are called. It is not that Obed High is silent. Obed High is gone. And you just see him. Oh, you are funny. The gods cannot die. You are funnier than the prophecy. And he will just start laughing. Oh, the gods are dead, and he will wander off. In this temple, you will see just several sections of just small idols and prayer circles of other gods that would be known, that are close to nature, that druids would follow.
Right. Opal's going to go up to the first one she sees. She's going to cast divination. Whatever we call it. Divination. Thank you. She's going to, as she goes to pray, place her hands onto the idol and try to move some of her magic towards it to try to like connect. And I know that you are not one of the ones I normally. You're not Obed High, but I must speak to any of the gods that are willing to listen. Obed High has died, and Kraith is the one who killed him. He is trying to become a god. I would like to be able to speak with any of you, to be able to have some form of meeting. If there's anything any of you can do, please reach out to me. I will spend all day here at the temple if need be. Please, someone, listen to my prayers.
As your prayer finishes, there's this moment of coolness that sets upon you. And in your hands, you, like, as your hands clasp, they're just reaching out to anything for a response. As the spell goes, you feel something enter your hand.
Okay. She will look at it.
As you open, you see this large golden coin in the middle of your hand. Make a religion check for me.
5.
You know of a couple of gods that use coins. In this, you aren't able to make out a lot of the etchings. But after you open up, you will hear a whisper in your ear.
Okay.
That's
And I will tell you the item.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright. We go to Lysander and Kenon in the tower. So there, you would likely believe that there is a book on lichens and potentially maybe something on your necklace. You have a very extensive library in the tower. Wizards and
books.
What would you like to do?
It's yeah, I guess while we're on our way there, so it seemed your group knew the beast that we saw last night. I feel like this is information that I should be informed of as well. What can you tell me?
I'm honestly the wrong person to ask. Not exactly familiar with that thing, whatever it was. It appeared Opal had some sort of connection with it. But beyond that, that was the first time I've seen such a creature.
Turn around and be like, damn.
Apologize, I could not be of help.
Very well, I guess we shall see what we can find for you. And we'll search the library.
As you enter the library, this is a magical room. You see that it is expansive. Like, bigger than this tower. Big room, small tower. It's bigger on the inside. You know where a lot of things are. You don't know where everything is. Roll an investigation.
Let's see, do we have like a librarian?
You do not.
Oh.
Make an investigation check with advantage.
Okay. Let's see, how's my investigation? Imagine not bad. Okay. That is a 25.
So, you remember from a bedtime story long ago when your mother was still raising you. She had told a story about werewolves. That would be in a section further on the back. That would be small studies. You do not run into lichens very often. It would be under the curses and blessings section. As you go there, you see a book in another language that. What languages do you know? What language is this keen on now?
I know English, a little bit of Swahili, a little bit.
I can probably read a little bit of Latin.
A little bit of Latin. Common, Elvish, and Sylvan and Undercommon.
So,
So this book is not in any of those languages.
This book is in
so it is in
Dwarvish.
Sylvan. You would see that it is translates to lichens, boon, and salune. So as you go through, you're seeing that there are several types of lichens. There are cursed lichens who are brought to it by a fight, a blood curse, or something in response to that. You'll see that there is a section of Salune granting lycanthropy as a blessing to some of her more devout followers. And then the very last section is ones who are endowed magically by a lichen with a non-lichen who mate and bear their child in the form. And that this is a blessing that is more controllable. The other ones, you have one that is full control, which is the one under Slimit. Then you have no control, which is the blood curse, which just erupts in a never-ending month. Do you read Sylvan?
I do not, but
So you would probably relay.
well, I could also just cast comprehend languages.
So you both read through it.
So yeah, we can like read and like discuss
Oh, okay.
things. I don't know.
It's
I
about
don't know
the-
what to discuss, but about it, because I really have no idea where my lycanthropy came from. This is very new to me. As of what was that, yesterday? Yeah.
Well, do you feel like you could rip everything around you to shreds anytime a full moon comes out?
I've never known this power under a full moon. Literally, yesterday was the first time it's shown itself to me.
Were you ever bitten by another lichen, to your knowledge? Just like taking notes.
Right? No, not to my knowledge. I've encountered some, but don't believe I've ever been bitten.
Do you feel a deep connection with the goddess Salune?
Would I be familiar with who Salune is?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Well, make a religion check. I'll see. You are not a devout follower of Salune,
Right.
based on your backstory.
I imagine I would at least understand like the goddess of moon.
The dice love to tell a story. That's a 5.
Huh?
I said, oh, I might be needing to use this stat today.
5.
You don't even know who she is.
What is
The
this?
gods have not been a big subject of view
Yeah.
in the Zentara.
What is a Salune?
We can mark off that one for the unlearned one. As far as I can tell, it seems most likely, I would assume you'd fall into the third category of a child being born of a lichen from birth.
Something that I've noticed while I'm shifted. I have this hyper focus, but also, so obviously I can cast spells just as I am now, but almost it's like there's more to it. While this necklace is apart from me. Almost like it's almost like it's blocking magic and my transformation.
Would I have, with the 25, I would have also been searching for anything that looks like that necklace. See anything that might have an image of it in my search for this? Or something similar to it
even on
that would
25,
block
you
Lycan
would-
powers?
You would likely want to go to kind of a broader search, and you would just start going through. And with that, I would say that you would go through probably several books of enchanted necklaces, and probably 3, 4, 5 hours of
Oh,
going
wait.
through.
Hold up. Before we do all that, I cast Identify on it. so,
Brilliant.
retcon back a little bit and be like, do you know anything about your necklace?
All I know is that my mother gave it to me, and it blocks my Lycan-ness.
May I touch it?
As you wish.
So I'll reach out my hand, tap it, and cast Identify.
So as you touch it, when you're looking at it, you see the crest of a moon with a large sphere kind of connected in between. It is the moon eclipsing the planet. You discover this is the Moonbane Amulet. It is one that has been kind of lost. It was known to be a necklace worn by a Lycan king centuries ago, and this necklace was to protect the king as the as Lycans were not liked. This king was a savage ruler, gave a really bad name to Lycans and their kind, which led to a lot of them being shoved under, whether they were blessings, whether they were Selune, which also connected a lot of werewolves to a negative appearance of that goddess, as well as Lycans. So pretty much everything in the book, which is why texts are so limited and old, because as this king ruled, people were killing Lycans. They were eliminating the temples of Selune. They were not liked. When the king died, on his burial, they noticed that the necklace had gone missing. It has been missing for centuries until now.
Yeah, I'd go ahead and repeat that back. I was trying to decide if I was going to say full story or withhold information. But yeah, I'll repeat that back.
So there's more like me.
It would appear so. Though, without that necklace, they likely can't control their forms the way you can.
The control is more or less off. I am a bloodthirsty beast, or just me.
That's the way it would appear.
Yeah.
No idea where that necklace came from.
I mean, I come up from very questionable adventures as I grew up with my mother, stealing, pillaging, killing. It could have been one such thing. I remember she came home from something she wouldn't tell. and she gifted me this necklace. But I was very, very young at the time.
And be cautious who you let know this information, especially under the chance it could be stolen. My grandfather didn't seem to have any reaction when he saw you or it, so I think it's fair to assume that he doesn't know what it is.
Well, also, he typically would have had it hidden under his clothes.
Ah, okay. Well, in that case then,
Yeah.
I'd recommend you don't let my grandfather see it. Should he recognize it for any reason, would not end well for you.
And he'll just like try to stuff it as far back as he possibly can to make sure it's just not visible anymore.
This last little bit, I actually I guess I said everything. Knowing that identification, you would probably go to the book about this king. You would learn
It's a
that
book back. Cool.
that while would you go off alone, like to try and research like this king, or would you still bring him with you?
I would go, and I imagine would follow or tag along.
Yeah.
As you open the book, you find that while he was ruling, he was typically in a lichen form, and he would change in and out while wearing the necklace. In your attunement, in your identification, you would see that when properly attuned to the necklace, you would have complete control over your life.
Would I see what would be required for attunement and the identification, since he's had it long enough that if it was just natural, he'd be attuned to it by now, but
this would require the blood of his lichen form to be added and dripped down from the top of the moon to encompass the world and the moon together. So this one requires a ritual to be
yeah, I don't see any harm in it. I'll go ahead and relay that to you.
Okay. Interesting.
Did you say it has to happen during a full moon?
yeah. It didn't, but it does now.
I'm like, I don't remember if he said that or not, but I don't think he did.
Yeah.
And look on your face, I'm like, oh, I think I just made it so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that works.
Because I was going to ask, do I know when the next full moon would be?
You do. It would appear that the next full moon is in roughly 5 to 6 days.
Oh, okay.
Cutting it close for time, aren't we?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to control this. I mean,
Why would you deny yourself the power?
you've seen what I look like. You've seen what I can do. You've seen. I mean, I assume we see in the book like this king is like more or less a monster, being as vicious as he could be. I'm a monster. I know I've stolen things and I've killed people, but I wouldn't say I'm a monster. Why would I want to associate myself with such a horrible creature.
Simply put, power. You may look like a monster, but if you have the power to quiet those who would call you a monster, then what issues would you face?
All I wanted in life was to lay low, to take what I want, and live the life that I want. I don't want to be in the spotlight. I don't want people to see me, less not in that form.
All of us, at one point or another, end up in the spotlight. What we do with it while we're there determines our legacy.
I don't need a legacy. I don't need people to remember who Lysander is or was. I just need to be a fly on the wall in this world. I don't need anybody to give a damn about who I am.
Such a waste. Lysander, tell me, what is it that you do want?
And he more or less I would assume we're probably standing having conversations with the books. He almost like slumps as he stands, and with as much air as he can get out, trying to hold back tears. All I want is my mother back. The only person who cared about me. It's all I ever wanted in my life.
Is your mother dead? Even with you in tears, I say it just very matter-of-factly.
She was pierced through the gut by a red wizard's blade. I would assume she'd be as dead as they come. And a tear in the face.
Keenan will give a little smirk. With enough power, I have known those who can bring back the dead. Read stories in books. If you deny your potential, you deny any chance to bring her back.
He'll stay silent in this moment and almost start to like turn around and walk back the way we came back to whatever room I was given. Just trying to not think about all of that, and in his mind now wrestling with beast potential.
And as you're walking away, it literally in your head, I'll say, just something to think about. And I'll stay put as you walk away.
We return to the temple where Opal has sought to buy the oils and such needed for her reincarnate spell. Pearson, do you fork over the 1,000 gold?
Yeah, I will dig into the hole and shake it out.
As he's reaching the hole and just shoveling out. The gold is covered with bits of blood, some feces, like different wines, like rums, like liquids that have like been in the hole, moved around, like from the bodies that have been put in there from this. All these things have just been shuffled in the hole, and you see even like one point, like he has a pile of coins, and like you see like feces mixed, like holding it together, mud. You see cat hair from just remnants of lost boots.
And then he whips out the portable hole.
And you're doing this all while you just see the priest there, like with the oils, just. Okay.
Is my money not good enough, sir?
Should this be it? Is this the gold you is? Have you reached the total?
I got like 2 more handfuls left to dig out.
And like then like to see it, she's going to press the vegetation like to just try and help, but there's so much. Like, the cantrip is only able to just help piece by piece, like really. So she goes in, like you see a couple other priestesses of the temple who then press the vegetation to get the gold a little nicer. And the total comes, and they hand over probably about 100 or so vials of this very decorative, 100 very decorative vials of oils and holy liquids that have been brought together for the spell that you are seeking.
Okay.
And you may remove 1,000 gold from your inventory.
At that point, Harrison will kind of flip the hole out like a rug. Hold on, I gotta see how we're doing with the money and just jump in the hole.
Yes. You watch Person just jump in this, like, mind you, this is not a big hole. This is roughly like 2 feet of like space. So he whips out this little rug, hops down, and you just hear, and then the falling of like coins as he goes through, and you just hear the movement of liquid swashing around as like metals move around, pushing liquid and other things like around inside this little chamber. You come out, and after you finish your count, covered in said liquids.
I will come out with a Scar's jacket that smells strangely like my stepdad and wipe myself off the best I can.
Alright. As the hours pass, you all reconvene at the Ilthar Tower.
Real quick before I left the library, I wanted to see, since I hadn't gotten a chance yet to check for any books on the prism and its any connections it might have to resurrection magic, or why it might not be working.
I'm going to have you make another investigation check. To see if maybe you might know where your grandfather would have put this book. Because you know of one in particular that was moved from its original location. You remember what it looks like, but faint. So you would have to think of where your grandfather might put a book like this.
That is very good. The 19 on the die for a total of 27.
you would know that your grandfather has a section on one of the main learning tables underneath a little magical compartment that drops down where he has stored some of his prized books. When you were a kid, you would sneak around and hide around the library, and under the table was one of those places that you could hide and be by yourself mostly because it was a quiet place and one that was held very honorably. So it's not like they would be looking under the tables for you.
Mm-hmm.
You remember your grandfather coming in, touching 5 points of the room underneath and the magical compartment dropping down. Do you go to that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there.
Are you still with Lysander?
No, he said he was leaving.
Yeah.
So Lysander was left, you feeling the call for that. You reach under it, feel around a little bit for the room that you.
I am going to greater invisibility myself while I do this.
You're going to reach under, touch, and push up on the 5 points of this room, and you see the book that you recall being something when the Sweden's Principal brought in. You take it out and the book feels reason. What do you do?
Can I go ahead? I'll cast I can at will as a ritual cast detect magic on the book. See if the book itself is magical or if there might be some kind of magical warning
The book
thing on it.
is in and of itself magical. You feel a lot of similarities between the book and the prison itself. You see a sheen on top of the book that reminds you of the prison itself. This was written by the deity that created the Swedish prison.
Drawn by the potential desire for this knowledge, I'm gonna open the book.
Alright. As you open up, you are absorbed in its pages immediately. You are minuscule. The words floating around you as you lay on the book. I need you to make a wisdom saving.
Alright, come on. Been rolling good on these. Hey! That is a 24.
Alright. Succeeding through just the initial brunt force of reality shifting around you, being now present inside the book. You are getting history lesson. As you're going through, you are seeing the gods at your early creation of the world. You are seeing devils, demons, angels, gods fighting, and creation on planets just being destroyed. And you see this deity. I need you to make a religion check for me. Normally you would have a disadvantage, but because you're inside the book, it'll be a straight roll.
16.
On 16, you know that this god has been erased from history because you don't know this god. There's a blank space, like you know this is a deity that was worshipped, that was prayed. But every time you try to recall this god's name, it's just nothing. And you see her shatter out, and you see a lot of the chaos and evil and goodness collapse inside. Because I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, my better does. It's not a good roll. Math. 13.
Dice math is difficult.
Everything goes black for a second. And the shadows revolve around you. A beam of light then begins to erupt. You now forget what you were here to do. You see two heroes holding this gem. Don't recall the gem. You see them walk off with it. And they face the darkness and we're now look again.
I still forget what I'm here to do, or was that just whenever I was in the book?
You forgot everything but the book. Similar to the visage of the god where there's a blank space, it's that feeling of emptiness, where you know there is knowledge, but nothing is there.
Does that happen if I open the book back up again?
Make a wisdom saving.
Alright, just keep replaying this over and over again. Yeah, the 15.
You go through again, reaching the point of the gates. Make an intelligence saving throw for me.
Yeah, that's a lot better. 25.
You see the heroes. You see now their faces, which were obscured before. You see this very young, gnomish woman carrying it as the necklace on her chest rises up and darkness. You see the tall figure beside her reach down, holding the gem between them. He now holds it. He brings it close to him, reaches to the woman, gives her a kiss on the forehead. And you see him fade back. I need another wisdom save from you.
Oof. 7.
You get to stay in it, but you will take oh goodness.
Rolling max damage.
You'll take 13 points of psychic damage.
I'll just hit that bit. Have to keep pushing. Have to know.
As you push deeper in, just fighting through the damage, you are now among the gods who are not at war, but you see concern. A god is never faded from reality. And in this moment, Scott was gone. Their sister, one that they had known from the very beginning, is now gone from their memory. You see concern and order sets in as they overlook the planet below, and you see that they can no longer visit the planet. They are trapped in a realm overlooking, providing their power, and getting power from followers.
The gods are.
Yes. This, the sphere around the planet, protecting them from themselves and protecting the planet. You see that this space where this god was never filled. No person that's ever risen to be a god, and no other god has ever been. But you see that this gem was placed, this prism was placed on the planet to protect it. All of reality lies in it to keep everything attached. You do to make another intelligence saving throw.
On 19.
We're able to maintain the knowledge and keep digging deeper and deeper in. And as you go through, you see a rip, a sphere. You see pain coming from the gods. And you see Wildflight, who through this tear called two of his own. And did you see? Back up. No. And then the moment it all goes black again. And you can make a wisdom saving throw.
So many saving throws.
Luckily, I'm for the most part rolling to the east at 19.
Do you dig deeper?
Yeah, still haven't found the exact knowledge I'm looking for, so
You go down and see
I wouldn't stop until I find that or forced out.
the shadow of a god. With the only light being the prism in her chest. You see, in the very beginning, life pouring out of this prism. And as time goes, you see it becomes a cycle. This emptiness cycle is life, death, happiness, through the prism, through this darkness. And I need a religion check.
That's a 1.
You're unable to see the connection of what this goddess is to life and death is. There are gods who intervene in life and death all the time. But you're unable to make the connection there. What this means with life and death. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
What is that? $15.
You are starting to feel tension build as you go deeper and deeper. Do you continue further?
I am going to try to intensely focus my thoughts on what I'm specifically searching for
Okay.
and like I'm intensely focused on what happens to a soul that dies near the prison. See if I can push or anything of that, try to will it to be.
You are now diving in. You begin to see further now, like where you were. You zoom in and you begin to see that the life of others dispersed the gods to their resting place. You see this tear now as this empty goddess weekend. You see life not be dispersed. You're beginning to see tear. It just fades to nowhere as life is being called away from the prison. But it's not returning to its world. You see death. Death. As that rift grows wider, you are now seeing life essence being pulled from a bit high. You see him cease. You now see life essence from gods circling in. And as you see the spirits going in dispute, where once you would see them divide among gods, you are now seeing them separate into one. A form begin to grow. I need intelligence data from you. And I'm going to tell you up front. So, on a 15 or lower, you forget everything. On a 16 to a 19, you remember. On a natural 20, you can go deeper. If you fail, if you get anything but 20 plus, you are not able to.
First roll would have been nice, but it was cocked. 16.
16, you will remember. Barely. You were very close to losing everything. You are going to take. Roll a lot more. 22 points of psychic damage. You are ripped from the pages, and as you look at the book now, you see all the pages are burned, scorched. You are no longer able to read any of the text inside.
Damn. I'll slide the book back in to place, and so I went ahead and pre-rolled a concentration check, and I would have succeeded that, but I just want to know, would this have broken me out of my invisibility regardless?
100%, yeah.
Okay.
It was an eruption of magic. You were
Okay.
Small bit.
All right, I will put the book back in place, I'll actually just re-up my invisibility and quickly leave.
I need you.
Actually, forget re-upping the invisibility. I'll dimension door out back to the room.
As you get back to the room, I want you to make a religion check. You just try to recall points of what you saw. See if you can make connections at all. The DC is going to be an 18.
So you can send. Nope, not good enough. 13.
You are unable to make the connection of what all it means because of how far encompassing this is. I will give you a little bit that you still believe that this is absorbing souls and preventing bringing people back to life for the lack of souls.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly write out a note and throw it on the table. In-room thinking, leave me alone until the feast. Q.
Is at that point on your door, and that is where we go to break. we step back into the story taking place in the same room, we return to. Dang it! We return.
Tried
to
so hard.
The trio of Opal, Harrison, and Magma walking through the streets of Neverwinter, having sought out wisdom from a god, any god that would reach out. As Opal had retrieved a coin from a goddess that provided a little bit of wisdom. They had sought out some oils from the temple, paid the 1,000 gold, and are now returning to the Ildar Tower. So, back to you. What would you all like to do?
I must speak to you all. I don't know if I should wait till we get to the tower or not. But I'm sorry I've been quiet since last I've done the prayer. I should have said something sooner, maybe. I've received a coin, and I heard a goddess whisper in my ear. The gods are fading. I don't know what that means, but my fear is they'll end up like Open High.
Do you
I
suspect
don't
it's
even know
Crave?
It must be. I don't know how he is absorbing the power of the gods. It should only scare us more. It is becoming more and more urgent.
But it doesn't... How can we stop Crave at this point? If he's getting so much power from the gods, is it even possible for us to do anything? We are nothing compared to the gods themselves.
When I was in prison, I had a lot of time to reflect. And after our encounters, it doesn't seem that he has the power of a god. I think there is still time to stop him.
I hope
I
you're right.
think the power resonates inside the prison. Otherwise, he would have had his children eliminate us with much more ease.
So you think it's just transferring the power to the prism instead of himself? Wouldn't...
Maybe at the time being.
And what about the coin you had mentioned?
I don't even know what it is. I don't even know who spoke to me. I can't read it.
May I take a look?
Sure.
Make a religion check for me.
Uh, 13.
On a 13, you would understand that this would be a coin of the goddess Timora. Make a history check for me.
Yeah, no, 5.
She sounds familiar. You can't exactly place where. You have seen a coin of the goddess of Timora in your travels. Don't know where?
Timora, all I know is her insignia.
You would know that she is the goddess of luck and fortune.
Fortune rather fitting for a coin then, I would say.
So lucky.
Keep your head
Well,
up.
Hopefully. Well, hopefully we can use it. I'm sure we can. But it'd be nice to have some luck on our side instead of all of this shit.
Shit's being in quite the literal with our friend here. But I was waiting to tell you this. I'm going to be leaving. When we reach the tower, I'm going to go finalize the collection of the realm god. We cannot sit idle anymore. There is a spell I believe that we have that is capable of stopping her. It requires the 12 members of the realm god to join together in a sealing ritual. It will stop him from leaving. Well, weaken him. We just need time. All need to be in one place together. That is the hard part.
And what will happen to you all from there? That type of magic, that many bodies, what will happen to you?
When the ritual is complete, we will pass on.
I was afraid you'd say that.
Once it is started, it cannot be finished. It cannot be. Once it has started, there is no going back. Whether there is success or not, in 1 minute, all will come crashing down. And it will be hard for him to stop us. We will need all of you to weaken him while we prepare. You will have to be in the sphere. I do not want to ask that you do this. But I believe it is. It is you who is called. Timora put her faith in you. This pagan of a goddess to us, reaching out. You are blessed, my lady. And you and this rambunctious group of people, you have come to know that Obed High saw greatness. Lady Timora calls you again for the same. Your names will go down in the history books.
Should have never been me. Should have never been us. I was just a simple merchant. Should have never been me.
There was a point in our lives before fire and before earth. Lives normal, shunned, hated quickly as our differences arose. But look at us now. Called for greater purpose, greater than anyone else we know. I, a member of the Wrong Guard, and you, a member of the Wildflight Wanderers, saviors of Faerun.
I hope you're right, Magma. We must dream.
I take my leave. Person,
Yes.
take this. And he's going to hand you a page of a spell. This will release the bindings on your friend. I pray to the gods that you keep Opal safe. She is very precious to me, and I know that she is precious to you and the scholar. Keep her
You
safe.
have my word.
I believe in you, too. Paris, mighty wizard of Vandalin, or wherever you come from. But you have a heart like no other, and a curiosity for the dead that brings concern. But I know that you are still a growing learning wizard. Keep that heart of yours. May the gods bless you all. Goodbye. And he just watches, he falls back and a dimension door opens behind him. He falls in and whoosh, he is gone. You two are now left in the city streets. People passing by, paying no mind to people that you are. You see concern, you see curiosity of people living their lives not paying mind to the comet. This impending doom. People are just living their lives. What do you do?
Oh, these people. How they do not understand what's going on or even know what's going on around them.
Times ignorance may be bliss.
I hope they stay happy. Hopefully, we'll be successful. I have a glimmer of hope.
Keep that hope. We will need it.
I hope these people don't have to go through what Waterdeep has had to go through.
And they won't have to if we have anything to say about it.
Now we go back. A knock at the door.
Go away. My note on the table said I do not want to be disturbed.
Sir Kenon?
Oh. It is you. Are you here early?
No, I am on time.
I'll mage hand the door open.
And you see carrying so now unaccompanied by a guest, you see this small stature girl, pigtails on either side, and you see her carrying a basket of chocolates. I brought a gift for you, Sir Kenon.
Thank you. You can just leave them on the counter for now.
And she walks over and places them. May we have a seat?
Yes, I'm currently sitting at like my study, and I'll just motion for her to have a seat on the bed,
You watch.
and I'll stay where I'm at.
She sits on the bed. This is our time to get to know each other. I've not much more than just a name.
Girl, surely you have interests and goals beyond this, do you not?
My father's will is for the future.
I don't believe I asked about your father.
Do you know much about the nightshades, Sir Kenan?
Probably not, I imagine.
Bring up
Not
mainly
a
in-
lot outside of
You
general
know
knowledge.
rumors that were confirmed that they are a vampire family.
Yeah, beyond
Um,
that, probably not.
And you heard more negative rumors because you were near the Whitmore family, who was seeking to dethrone like them over conspiracies that they had murdered Lord Neverember, the former king of Neverwinter.
Not a lot. Mostly rumors, some of which were confirmed, some of which still yet to be seen.
Are there some that are good?
Not too many.
Sir Kenan, will you join me?
With?
And she's going to pat the bed beside her.
Yes, I believe that will be okay. I'm gonna go down and sit next to her, kind of putting a little bit of distance, this gap between us whenever I sit down.
Just go a little bit towards you. You see, my father is a strong and bold man. I don't believe he is necessarily a good man. But there is care in those hearts. I know there is concern that you have with marrying me. I can feel that. One of the hardest parts about this family that is so hidden. I am 114 years old.
You are a vampire yourself.
I am. As you grow and as time passes, There's a certain point where you are aging different. It is so hard living so long. And losing a lot of that usefulness. I decided to never lose it. See, my father is very, very old. And here I am supposed to take his place. I know my looks concern me. Your grandfather was very pleased to see one child as being a bride. It was at that moment when I saw more evil than I have ever seen from my father.
You've only seen a glimpse of it. Seen it my whole life.
You will watch as her body just begins to morph into a slightly older version, probably now 1920. One of the many blessings of your night shades. You have control of aging looks to an extent. I don't want to be old. I am still so young. We are to be married. She's going to scoot a little closer. There's one thing I ask.
What is that?
Elves live a long time. I know that you have human blood inside of you. I can smell it from here. I can smell it when I walk in the room. Your life is shorter than my brother's meant to be. Can I turn you?
Child. Well, that is a lot to ask.
Just gonna scoot a little closer. We are to be married in a few days, are we not?
That is what they intend. If you're serious about this, look into my eyes.
You stare deeply into each other's eyes and make an insight check for me.
10.
You see truthfulness.
sorry. But I believe I have other plans. And I will cast Gios.
And what do you? What's your intent inside of the spell?
Oh, I have this written out, so that's good. So, so I'll channel magic through my eyes into hers. And I will say, you will attend the feast and the wedding. But when the time comes to make our vows, you will refuse to marry me. You will tell all in attendance that you cannot marry the Eothar family and leave the hall. And you will stand by this decision afterwards, for as long as my gaze lasts in your mind. You will act normal and not speak of anything we have spoken of in this room.
Is that a wisdom save?
Wisdom saving throw. Which I'm a lot more concerned about that it's not a 12-year-old child making this saving throw.
Alright. So I am going to do above table roll. So she has a +3 wisdom.
Okay.
What is your DC?
16.
So she needs
13.
what? Yeah, a 13 or lower in order. That way of even getting it to. Okay, so I can. Clock app,
Clock app.
TikTok.
Yes.
Alright, wisdom saving throw. We need a 13 or higher. Or no, we need a 13 or lower.
Lower than a 13.
Nope.
15. Oh, no, that's perfect.
I thought Joff was talking, but nope, he's just enjoying home-cooked meal.
Does it tell you if the person succeeds the same?
It is a very vague spell in its wording. So it does not directly say it.
It's a magical command on creatures.
Each convinced must make a wisdom saving throw or be charmed, become charmed by you for the duration. It doesn't say that I know that they failed.
So, going on this. You don't want to marry me?
I have plans that do not involve the becoming betrothed.
I see. It's you.
You may.
She's going to put her hand on your cheek, and she is going to cast. I don't remember the name of the spell right now.
Detect thoughts?
No, it is something more powerful like that. She's going to go into your mind, dig around. I need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
A lot of wisdom saves tonight.
18.
Yeah. I'm curious what the actual count is.
Would you be truthful in what you show her, or will you try and conceal things? She is looking specifically at love in your mind.
In this case, under the impression that my spell worked and she cannot speak of anything outside of this room, I would allow her to see the truth.
As a few moments pass, you see her sit. Oh. I see. It is not me. But for this moment right now, with this, I want to make you more comfortable. And you watch her body shift, her complexion growing darker, her hair, which was a light brown, turn into a dark black. And you watch as her body just grows out a little more, and you see the figure you know as Vandross before you.
Vandross? No. No,
And they will lean in for a kiss.
no. No, you are not him.
I saw he is gone. I saw that one. If you just need a moment to have that go. I know you miss him.
I didn't know how much I would miss him. I didn't know what that kind of loss would feel like until it's gone. You are not him, but I will do everything I can to bring him back.
Don't let yourself feel grief. You deserve to feel whole for a moment. And she will lean in for a kiss again.
Can I add another wisdom save to the pile? To see, because I'm uncertain. He's uncertain. There's desire there. He would want to try to resist it, but
So they're not charming you.
I know. He's conflicted. I want to make
Alright.
a roll out of it.
So we won't do a wisdom roll. So I will have you do a roll a d20. Add. We will add nothing. I have a number in mind. We'll see where the die takes us.
9.
So in that, your conflictions do not exceed what your will can make. So your will would break it.
I imagine it would be a pretty brief break of will, but I would then just in the moment give in to the temptation.
In that moment, you feel truly the touch of what you had hoped. It is not the little girl. It is not the young adult woman. It is the man that you had love but had no courage to tell. And in a moment, you take him in. And as the moment passes, your eyes open to see the young woman there. Tomorrow at the feast, I will tell them that you're not willing to do the wedding. We'll find a couple. I will never be enough for you. I can never be him. At first I thought it was my parents, my nature. But I see that I will never feel the hole that you need. I was doing so well.
Oh, it was so good. I broke. I'm sorry. If I didn't break, it would have been
There were
fine.
so many points too where it was like in my mind, I'm like, we're holding up, we're holding strong. This is the moment. It's happening. This is a lot. And then I see just
I'm sorry, I broke. I couldn't.
Dang it, Ryan.
I don't even know where we were.
Filling my hole.
Yeah.
Maybe one day you will find someone to love. And I hope he can do that for you. I shall see you tomorrow. And she will kiss your forehead and leave the room.
Before she leaves, I'll just quietly say, thank you.
Goodbye, Sir Kenan.
Goodbye.
And she will walk out, and that is where we will end today's session. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to having you next week as we rejoin the Wildflight Hunters.